Okay, I think we're starting now. So today we're doing another lesson on work vocabulary. I'm taking this all from an exercise book I started writing, but I never finished, and so I figured might as well put that exercise book to good use. Now, if anybody is already here, I don't think anybody is already here, but if anybody is here, say hello so that I know it's all working. Because I actually do it on here now to try to answer some of your questions and things like that. I can't really do that on my phone. Thank you. Hi, Can. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of classes like this, as long as I can show you the document nice and clearly, and I'm going to show you the document any second. But I would appreciate if you could tell me if you can see my document. So can you see this document here? Yeah, can you see? It's from something that I wrote called Visual Idioms and Phrasal Verbs, but we're just going to look at it as collocations and phrasal verbs connected to work. Now, has it disappeared now, guys? Can you see a black screen? Yeah. So hi, Bill Blodger. Hi, Michael. Hi, David. Hi, Mustafa. Thanks for all coming along. Now, let's get this book back up so you can all see what you're doing. Now, can you all see that clearly? Yeah, let me make it a little bit wider so that you can see all of the sentences. So it's very tiny at the moment. Is it small on the screen, guys? I hope it's not too tiny. Hi, Riken. Hi, Dave. Hi, Nikolai. Hi, Darren. So lots of people here now. Well, let's get started then. So firstly, I want to explain that I did do a lesson on work vocabulary on Friday. And if anybody would like to watch that lesson, all you need to do is go to skype-lessons.com. Yeah, you just need to write skype-lessons.com. The hyphen's a punctuation mark. Just skype-lessons.com, and you will find my website. And you can, so is that better? It's hard for me to see both at the same time, but is that better, guys? Can you see can you see it nice and clearly now, the writing? So Olga, is it bigger now? I can see you think it's small. Is it bigger? I have to wait until you answer, guys, until I'll bother saying anything else about it. I just want to make sure that it's all visible before I start talking about it. So it's not visible, Bill? Okay, I'll just have to wait then. Tell me, can anybody else see it? Is anybody else finding it really difficult to read the writing on that page? Because I can try and make it bigger. So, for example, I can do this. Is that better? No? Okay, well, I think we'll just have to abandon then the class today because if you can't see it, there's not much point in me carrying on. So I have just zoomed in. Is it bigger? Let's try it. Sorry, I've had to kind of minimize it. Sometimes it's, you say put it to the edge, but I can't see what you're saying then. It's better, thanks. Okay, so anybody who can't see it still, I'm sorry, it's not going to get any better than that. So if you can't see it, best go right now. So we did a lot of different words last time. We did land a job. We did temporary, not permanent. We did high staff turnover. We had take on new members of staff, which means to employ. We had to fill in for somebody, which means to cover for somebody if they're away or they're sick. We did maternity leave, which means not to work because you are having a baby, or you've just had a baby. And so you get some time off work when you have a baby. Menial tasks or run-of-the-mill tasks are boring jobs, basically. Boring tasks or duties that you have at work. Dead-end jobs are jobs with no prospects. They don't have any future. There's no career ladder. Part-time work is maybe 20 hours a week, as opposed to full-time work, which is 40 usually. If you get your foot in the door of a profession, you manage to make your first step in that profession. If something is a cushy number, it's an easy job. If somebody gets off work early or knocks off work at 5 o'clock, then they finish work. A golden hello is some kind of advantage that you get for starting work in a company. And in teaching, it was you had your student loans written off. So to write off a loan is to cancel a loan, and an outstanding loan is a remaining loan. You still have to pay it, yeah? Unpaid loans, basically. Promotion is when you get a better job. You climb the career ladder when you get promoted. Perks are things like mobile phones or maybe a company car. If you're up to your eyeballs in work, you've got loads of work, you are snowed under. If you have your work cut out to do something, it means you've got it's really hard work. You have to make a great effort to do something. So it means that it was a really difficult job. If you've rushed off your feet all day, you're very busy, it's hectic. If a meeting drags on, it carries on for much longer than you want it to. So a run-of-the-mill task is a menial task. Talk shop is when you talk about your work. Slog your guts out means like slave away or toil away, as somebody pointed out last time. If something goes smoothly, it goes pretty well without problems. If you do something off the cuff, you do it spontaneously without preparation. If you hand in your resignation, you quit. And if you are not cut out for something, you are not suitable for something, it doesn't suit you. Yeah, perhaps you have a different kind of personality. So the words we're going to look at this time will come in these two paragraphs here. Several well-known feminists have spoken out against the firm's executives, claiming that the glass ceiling was preventing women from reaching positions at the top of the career ladder. They also pointed out that a gender pay gap existed between men and women in identical positions. They are now calling for women in the company to go on strike in protest. So to speak out against means to publicly criticize. Is the same as to come out against. Now, remember, if you want to know more about these phrasal verbs, then please do consider buying my phrasal verbs book. It's certainly got this one in it and many, many others that we're looking at, like fill in for and cover for. And so you can buy that on my website in paperback or PDF version. Okay, then the glass ceiling is an idiomatic phrase to mean it's an unacknowledged barrier that stops women from getting to the top positions in a firm. So this is certainly something related to feminism or related to gender inequality. And so the glass ceiling was preventing women from reaching positions at the top of the career ladder. So we say the career ladder for your career, basically your journey from the bottom of the organization to the top. Okay, a gender pay gap. Well, it's a gap between how much women are paid and how much men are paid when they are in identical positions. And so it's considered unfair. And to go on strike means to stop working in order to put pressure on your employer to get better working conditions or better salary, something like that. So maybe the teachers go on strike sometimes because they want, I don't know, they might want more money, might want better holidays or bigger, longer holidays, something like that. Okay, we're going to go on to the second story now, which is about Thales of Miletus, who was the first philosopher. So Thales of Miletus, also known as the first philosopher, is one of the earliest examples we have of a businessman cornering the market. Astronomical observations led Thales to predict that the summer would bring forth a huge crop of olives. So to prove to everybody that philosophy had a practical use, he bought up all the olive presses in Miletus, hoping to let these out at exorbitant rates once they were in high demand. There was a bumper crop of olives the following summer, and Thales did a roaring trade. So this is a true story that I've read about before. Now, the first expression, corner a market. If you corner a market, you gain control of the majority of the stock in that market. So there was a famous story about the Hunt brothers a long time ago cornering the silver market. They tried to buy up as much of the silver as possible so that they could drive up the price. Yeah, they wanted to do it to manipulate the price. And Thales wanted to do the same thing because Thales understood that philosophy was not something that you just sit and do in an armchair, but it was something that is actually of practical value and it will improve your life. And so to prove to everybody that this was true, this is what he did. He cornered the olive press market and he bought up. If you buy something up, that can mean that you buy all or large quantities of something. Okay, and then he hoped to let these out. Let something out is the same as rent something out. And this is why in England you see to let on lots of signs that are outside houses. What those signs mean is that this house is available for renting. Yeah, you can rent this house, you can let this house, and the landlord lets it out to you. He rents it out to you. Okay, so let something out is the same as rent something out, and at exorbitant rates. Exorbitant means astronomically expensive. I don't know if you've been following my adverb collocations lessons, but we say astronomically expensive or astronomically high. So exorbitant is a strong adjective for expensive, really. And it just means, yeah, really, really, really expensive. So exorbitant rates once they're in high demand. And do remember in demand and supply and demand for anything pertaining to economics. They are useful expressions. So there was a bumper crop of olives the following summer, and Thales did a roaring trade. If you do a roaring trade, you do really good business. So you sell a lot of olives in Thales' case. Now, I hope that was all clear. I'm only going to do a little small class today, partly because you've told me that it's not very clear on the screen. And so that, I'm afraid, demotivates me, makes me think I won't bother going on for ages then. But I will try and do the next class very soon, probably tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, which will be about these expressions down here. Okay, so if you have any questions at all, let's come back to here. Okay, so I can see your answers now. I can't see what you're writing when I'm looking at that page, especially because I'm trying to make it as big as possible. So I appreciate your thanks, Mitra, Sweetness Mitra. I do appreciate it. So last sentence, in schools or at schools, is that the last sentence of one of those things? I don't see anything about school in either of those sentences, so sorry, I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Brzmerek. I'm not sure how to say your name, Brzmerek. Okay, can you please little big screen? I can't see anything. I'm sorry, that doesn't mean anything to me. I can't little big anything because I don't know what it means. Nothing, see anything. Okay, I'm sorry, Hafiza. I'm afraid you're just going to have to never come back to this class because it's clear that you can't see anything. I can't understand you. Let's just leave it at that. And yeah. So where can you get that doc? I actually put it on my website. Yeah, it's called Skype-lessons.com. And if you go to Skype-lessons.com, you can see all of my lessons and you can see the exercises that I write by clicking on the links. So what you need to do, Victor, is you need to go to my website, which is where I keep all my lessons. Okay, Schmidt, last sentence in first part. In schools, at schools, last sentence in first part. No, I'm afraid I can't see any of that in the two things I've just read. Maybe you'll talk about yesterday's text. How I wrote it is how I think it's correct, as far as that's probably the case. So, Grisha, this vocab is top notch. Are you going to upload this lesson? Yeah, of course. It's going to be uploaded onto my website. It will be on the page called Vocabulary. It will be under Advanced Vocab Work Lesson 1. And under the exercise that I've already put up for that lesson, it will be under that. And yes, there will be an exercise under this lesson as well. A little short exercise just to test your vocabulary. The vocabulary we've just done, like corner the market, or what were some of the other ones? Do a roaring trade. It will all be about the vocabulary we have just done. So I'm glad it's better, David. That's excellent. I'm not cut out for working in schools. Thank you for helping me. I'm not cut out for working in schools. I'm not cut out for working at schools. In schools. Yeah, did I say in schools? Whatever I said, that was right. It took a while to see it clearly. Okay, sorry about that, David. I do everything the same basically as I did it last time, and so I figured it would be just as good as last time. And when I checked the last one, it was good. It was clear. If it's blurry or something like that, sometimes you just need to change the quality to 720. So thanks, Mary. I'm pleased that you've learned a lot. That's excellent. But yeah, I mean, guys, if you can't see, I'm sorry, but you best go to one of those other channels, because there are loads of other channels out there. And if there is one that you can see the information, fantastic, go there, because there's no point in coming here each time and just, honestly, when somebody says that they can't see it, it makes me just want to stop. And so if you want me to stop making videos, keep telling me that you can't see the screen. Of course, I need feedback, and I need to know if it's really, really terrible to look at. But when people are saying that they can see it, I had somebody last time telling me they could see it on their mobile. I mean, if they can see it on their mobile, you ought to be able to see it on the computer screen. But yeah, I mean, of course, I do appreciate you helping me if it's really, really difficult to see. But do bear in mind, and bear this in mind with anybody who makes free videos for you, that if you keep telling them how terrible the quality looks, they're unlikely to carry on making videos. Yeah, I don't want to give you all a lecture, but yeah, that's just the way things are. That's life. C'est la vie. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad you've subscribed, David. Thanks. I appreciate your compliments. You know, so do let me know, but try to make your criticism constructive. Yeah. So if there really is, it really is difficult to see. Yeah. If you really can't see that this document, which I'm putting up now, hold on, I haven't done the extra press of the button. Perhaps let me know how I can improve it. Yeah, if there's some other way that you think that something that you think I should do, because that's always a little bit more useful to me if you can suggest that I try something. Remember, I'm not a computer guy. I'm not a programmer. I use computers for teaching, and that's what I am. I'm a teacher. I'm not anything to do with programming or computers. And so if you know what I should do, then let me know. You know, you make a suggestion, but don't just say it's awful, because it just makes me want to stop. Yeah, is that all clear? I mean, I'm going to check it. Of course, I will check on for myself how clear the screen looks. But if it's, I mean, that looks really clear to me. You know, should it be even bigger like that? I doubt it, because then you won't be able to see the whole sentence. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm using a mobile and it's very clear. Olga, you are my favorite student. Спасибо огромное. Мне очень нравится, когда люди, понимают все и видят все. So thanks, Olga. I do really, really appreciate it. Okay, thanks everybody for watching. I hope to see you all tomorrow, maybe in the morning, maybe in the afternoon. I will try to put up a message warning everybody about when it will be. Okay, and so that you can all prepare and come along to the class. Okay, thanks, Mary. Thanks everybody out there who can see, and anybody who just came along and said, I can't see, please don't come next time. Just go to other channels if you can't see. If it's really terrible, there's all sorts of other channels out there that do amazing quality videos. It's like watching a Hollywood video or something, yeah? And if you want Hollywood, then you go to Hollywood. But if you want tacky videos for Mr. Skype Lessons, then you come to Mr. Skype Lessons. Okay, so thanks, guys. Thanks, Tom. I'm glad that it's perfectly clear, and I like your adverb collocation. Where did you get that from? That's a good one. It's all perfectly clear. Well done, Tom. Okay, so see you all tomorrow, provided that it was a nice, clear lesson. Okay, take it easy, and thanks for